Why? Because you're always like, like you really judge me for pulling my camera out to capture a moment like you don't live. Like I am amazed by the amount of on-hand storage you have. Now I get it, you have to download videos and stuff like that, but the amount of on-hand storage you have, I'm just like,
what about the phone?
She's still recording.
Well, that's how Dre feels. He's like,
oh, I don't mind you recording. I feel you're documenting for our documentary.
It's more of like a behind the scenes type thing.
Yeah, and so I don't mind you recording. It's, you get a lot of what I miss. Because I tried to honor, y'all don't want to be recorded every second of the day.
Yeah.
You don't honor that. You got the camera out for everything. I'm just like, you ain't got to record everything, Bailey. Like y'all be telling me, you ain't got to record everything.
He's getting active, still recording.
Man, I'd be like, yo, you ain't got to record everything. But I got on here because I have solved racism today. We do these one things. Like when I say I solved something, it just means if we collectively worked at least one theory, right? And in that working of the theory, we can work out the kinks and be like, yeah, this was the original idea. Cite your source. Stop taking other people's information. But hey, how you doing, friend? It is. Y'all know I can't see, but Rhea is in the building with the pineapple. Whoop, whoop. Hold up. Y'all know I can't see. Pam love making gifts. Pam, you make gifts. Tell the people in the comments about your gift love making so that they can patronize you. Because that's what we do. It says, it's been so long. But you caught me going live, and I just went live because Adoy, formerly known as Bailey, in here kicking some hot stuff. And of course, I solved racism. You know how I do. And I said, if we just collectively worked on one thing. So are there multiple reasons why there's racism? Of course. But who's working any solutions? Because if there was a solution being worked, we would not still have racism. Now, we cleaned the Airbnb today. And I wanted to tell my white friends out there, I became a little less racist today. Because yes, I am a black woman, and I am capable of being a racist. And I'm going to tell you how. So today we cleaned these little white girls' bedrooms. And they're so adorable. I'm looking at their baby pictures, and my heart is melting for their baby pictures the same way my heart melts for my race. Even bio, yeah, but my race, right? Because we favor our own over each other for some reason. Little black babies are just cute. What can I say? But, I'm looking at their little familial moments, and I'm just like, this is so beautiful. Oh, I haven't been going live, so it's not that you've been missing my lives. I stopped going live. I just record long-ass videos, which I go and upload to YouTube. I don't post more than 90 seconds on TikTok anymore. Everything's going over to YouTube for the longer content. So if you guys are missing, you're just like, this video is disjointed as fuck. It's because it's probably a 10-minute video that got chopped down to 90 minutes. So make sure you guys are following As the Apple Turns over on YouTube to really get these moments. Because I don't really go live. It's like going live if there's two people out there. I'd rather just pop my stuff to my daughter and keep it between us. But tonight was too juicy because I solved racism. So anyway, we're in these little white girls' room. And we're cleaning their bookshelves. Man, they got a lot of books. Every corner I turned was a book. And so, let's take notes. I entered into the layer of a white family, y'all. I got to see how it looked.
You're funny.
And I'm reporting back. I am reporting back.
Now that you put it like that, I'm like, well, this. I'm like, how is it different from any other clean that? I'm like, oh.
Mm-hmm. We went into the home of a white person. Now, I grew up in the home of a white person because my stepmother was white. And there was a period of my life where I got sent off to Cherry Creek, which was at the time Whiteville. I was the only black kid in my class. And there's a little black girl, me, and a little black boy. In the whole 7th grade, we were the only two. So my besties were white, and they were some of the best besties. Y'all need to go make y'all some white friends, because aside from they got to learn how to be a black girl's friend, because we got completely different rules. But you got to learn how to be a white girl's friend, right? You don't have to tell a fucking A. You don't have to do that to be a white girl's friend. Be the black girl, because she's hanging out with your black ass because of your black ass, and you hanging out with her white ass because of her white ass. Whatever comes with that background experience. So be yourself. Stop trying to be the culture that you identify with.
People are going to other races.
That's why when these motherfuckers be saying the N-word, that shit pisses me off, because it's not your culture. And I'm hanging around you because of who you are. I love Angelica's Mexican ass. Why? Because she's Mexican as fuck.
Right?
I go and hang out with her Mexican family, and I everything but try to speak Spanish.
Yeah, because we see it as disrespectful.
It is disrespectful, but what I'm saying is, I will say I'm half Mexican on my cousin Julio's side in a second. That's probably disrespectful to somebody.
It could be.
You know, I'll say, you know, what are y'all eating for Christmas? Tamales? And they'd be like, no, we're eating turkey. I was like, oh, y'all don't like put on your Feliz Navidades and quinceañera shit? And she'd be like, no, Lonnie. But she allows me to be ignorant around her. And so we need to be, as we allow these people into our spaces, we have to allow them to
be authentically themselves.
Yes, I only know who you are from books. I only know who you are from TV. I only know who you are from da-da-da-da-da-da. But I am fascinated enough in you that I would want to befriend you so I can actually get to know you for real. And if I step in some shit because I learned about you in a fucking book, then I'm gonna step in some shit. Like, if all the little black girl books are based on loving your skin, loving your hair, because we must teach our children how to love their skin and love their hair through a book, because some reason we can't figure out how to teach our own children how to love themselves. I know, it's a mystery, but you know, let's get these books. But these little white kids are getting these books too. And so now when they meet a little black girl or a little black boy or a big black girl or a big black boy, they're going to approach them with the knowledge that they've attained from these books. And what are we obsessed with making ourselves love about ourselves, which is fucking weird? Our skin complexion and our hair. The two things we can't change about ourselves.
Weird.
Isn't that wild?
That is weird. Because why can't you verbally say, I like your hair looks great?
Yeah.
Instead you need a book to tell you. And then her coils.
I know.
And then how it bounced.
Her zigzag pattern.
Just like, I could just imagine right now. Comma, 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 comma. And then she, you know, she has this incredible thing because she has all these things.
Just curly, bouncy, brown skin with a gap in her teeth. And hazel eyes when everyone else has brown eyes. And no booty when everybody else has an ass.
Yeah.
What else do we have to walk ourselves through? I think that's it. Our skin complexion, our hair. If we have gap in our teeth. If she has freckles. I think freckles are in.
They are. I've seen some people impersonate having freckles. I literally saw a girl today.
You could go get freckle tattoos now.
Yeah, you can. And shoot, go for it.
It's wild. My mommy had freckles. I used to try to force freckles. I was like, well, if I look...
Force?
You know, and red hair. When I was younger, I did have red hair.
Do something else.
Wait, I'm trying to... You don't know what I'm doing.
You're using the TV while mom...
I turned off the sound because
I still just said go do something else.
Can you let me finish? I turned off the...
I think she deserves the right to finish.
But she cut me off.
Okay, so who's gonna break the cycle? Who's gonna break the... Oh, hold up. Break the cycle.
Look, she's not even stopping.
Because you guys won't listen. I'm trying to turn the change the thing on the thing. I'm not even.
You're not even explaining yourself.
She is trying to explain herself. She doesn't have a remote. I'm trying to speak.
She was talking first.
But I'm cutting everybody off. She doesn't have a remote to her television, and so she has to come to the main TV where there is a remote, change it to what she wants to watch, and then she goes back in her room and watches it. That is what she is trying to explain to you.
But she didn't say that.
Because you wouldn't let her speak.
I literally did. She kept saying Think.
Because she's probably fighting through being a smart ass and trying to be nice at the same time. Her whole duality was like, she didn't know how to do it. So I interpreted this time. Leave the girl alone. Anyway, y'all, I done solved racism. But y'all know the cottonmouth be kicking in, so I gotta go get me some water. Hold on.
You got that kimchi? Kimchi.
What is that sound?
It's Angel's bed.
Ain't that much air in the world, Angel.
She taking the air from the
It's because my bed doesn't stay in place so long.
Booty butt cheeks. I hear you. 657. If we can take him. I know. I just thought about that. It's in my phone. It's in my phone. I Googled the Angel number. I don't just look at angel numbers as 444, 555, yada, yada, yada. I look at anything that's happening in my life, and I just look up and I see a number. I'm like, what the heck does that number mean? Why am I seeing that number at this exact time? And the numbers, and what's beautiful about it, I don't know about y'all, but when I look up these sequence numbers, the 111, 222, 333, I ride with 111. I love going through a portal. Thank you for the love. Hey, brown sugar. That's my friend.
I'm about to say, is that your friend?
That's my friend.
Say that.
We're only friends in the comments, but that's my friend.
Hey.
And I answered comments today. I went and I dropped my 2 hearts and my apple on y'all's comments. Those of you who comment, I haven't been video for video. You watch one of mine, I watch one of yours in a very long time. But today I went through my comments because I was riding in the back seat. My eyeball is itching. I can't or it'll swell. I've been around so many damn dogs. Yes, I wash my hands.
I'm saying wash your hands and try it.
Scratch. Look, I'm just going to fight through it. I'm going to acknowledge that my eyeball itches, though. I reserve the right to do so. I've been around so many damn dogs in the past 24 hours because we had all them damn dog hair yesterday. And then we go to another clean and they got more dogs. And I'm like, somebody need to tell my boss I'm allergic to dogs.
Yeah, I know. When that happened, I'm like, oh.
It's like the double up.
Right? Yeah, no, you probably gotta tell her,
Yes, but I actually like this family, so I solved racism, y'all. I'm gonna get to it. I like this family, so I don't want her to take me off the clean because I'm gonna make me some white besties out there, y'all. I'm excited because.
Give me this credit information.
Yeah, I go. First of all, I hear Adoy, formerly Bailey.
Formerly Bailey.
I'm in there cleaning, and I hear the owner talking, and I was like, I bet you. And then I hear Adoy talking, and I'm like, this little girl done yoked this man up. So I go outside because I have a genuine question because they have this thing behind the couch and it's all their family photos. Y'all, Lincoln's head had previously broken off and I snatched Lincoln up and I'm dusting. Y'all know I'm heavy-handed as fuck. Well, you don't know, but I am. And I'm dusting off Lincoln and I'm like, yo, his head's previously been broken off, which means his head will come off again. And if it comes off in my hand, oh, Lord Jesus. I need to stop being so heavy-handed in these people's houses. This is the first house that I've cleaned that a person occupies. Everything else has been Airbnbs. So I'm in there like, girls, I need y'all's help. One more time. Yeah, one more time. I'm like, y'all got to tell me where to put y'all's stuff because if I put y'all stuff anywhere in y'all's house and you're going to be upset. And then, because you were made upset, people reach for the negative. Them goddamn beep, beep, beep. Because we feel the people that come and clean behind us are somehow underneath us. Not knowing on my way to my billions, like I'm cleaning toilets for the fun of it. The fuck, And so it's like, it turns into that space. So that is why when you do encounter someone from another nationality, you owe it to your entire culture. You owe it to your entire culture to show up the best version of yourself.
That's what you were talking about a couple weeks ago. You're saying.
Oh, I got microphones. Hold on. Say what I said.
We got the kimchi, guacamole, chicken and rice. You got Machi. Bad boy. Picky flow. Eat him, Machi.
Were you making fun of my voice?
No.
I swear I heard my mom. I've been hearing voices today.
You have.
I know. Earlier somebody said, hey, I swear to Lord. And because we were in the spooky dookie house, I was like, there might be, and that's why I came home and took my ass a shower. I should have put me some Florida water on. I was like, every spooky dookie ain't the spooky dookie's house energy you want to be in, and I understand that now. That is something that I did not understand before. I was so excited to see people in the community that I would be like, I didn't care what kind of spooky dookie they were, as long as they were spooky dookie. But now I know there's different types of spooky dookies.
Yeah, there's people who actually practice magic. You know, we just talk about it. Those people go outside, dig
Now, hey, just because a motherfucker want to dig some shit up, I'm just saying, we are very selective. Hold on. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear us better. Cause I got microphones now. Don't clip that to your lapel.
I'm eating though. They're gonna hear me eating.
Well, if you put it near your mouth, but if you just put it on your little swoop by your titty, you'll be alright.
Right, I guess.
Can y'all hear us better?
Hello.
Yes. Can you hear Adoy better though?
Can you guys hear me?
We waiting for Reed's feedback. I'm happy that you caught me enough time that you could actually kick it with us, because you used your little 15 minutes. You know, we hear both. Boom. So your little 15 minutes car ride. We need to kick it, Reed. So I'm happy we got time to kick it tonight. Because I'm going to tell you how I solved racism sooner or later.
Spooky dookies.
Freaking spooky dookies, right?
So we were cleaning the house.
I've already told y'all I believe that white people are the devil. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean
the way that black people or people of color, melanated folk, they've been tormented in the past, you know, our ancestors. So ultimately, a lot of people like to hold on to the fact that their ancestors were mistreated in today's time. You don't think so?
No, I'm shouting. You ain't been to a church before, so that's a shout. That's a good thing.
Oh. Okay, I'm like, wait a minute. Am I saying too much?
She ain't never been to a church, y'all, so she like, am I saying something bad?
Right? I don't want to misstep, but...
Yo, it's brilliant because this morning, Dre and I got into a back and forth, you know, our little petty back and forth, because when I walked into the bathroom, he was like, man, they done passed a law since they got Juneteenth that they could have whatever the white people celebrate. I don't know. But whatever they want to celebrate.
Right.
And he was like, what do you think about that? I was like, I'm not worried about what the next man does. I really don't care. Like, just because we don't fuck with their ancestors, are they not supposed to fuck with their ancestors? Like, that's Pop. Am I supposed to hate my Pop just because he was a fucked up individual? But that's still my grandfather. I was like, you named your son after your father who damn near beat your mom bloody. Maybe he didn't want that story out there, but it's relevant to this story. So I told it. He named my child after that person. And I was like, you honored your father through your son, through your seed. That guy. And somebody on the outside, your mom could look at that and be like, I feel disrespected because you named your child after a man that tried to take my life. And you can say, no, it's not that.
And it's the same thing.
You're allowed to honor your father is what I'm saying. And they're allowed to honor their ancestors. It's the problem because they can't honor their ancestors because what their ancestors did to our ancestors. And so it's just like, that's why they got a problem with us.
Eventually we're going to
have a problem anyway because they're in competition, but we're going to solve that. But they have a problem with us because we won't let them live.
But what about, like, when do you think we'll be able to finally live current day? Because I feel like we're not living current day. We're living out the traumas of the past, you know? Like I said, people are acting upset and doing these and having these grudges because of their ancestors, not because they're the ones that are being mistreated.
Yeah, when's the last time a white person mistreated?
I was literally about to say, when's the last I don't get mistreated. I just get looked at. And even if I get looked at, I put it on to like, oh, it's probably because I smell like weed or something. Or I'm just,
Bree said historically how they treated our people. I like your NOLA shirt. Hey. And my
New
experience
Orleans.
here, I got a roll. Sis, yeah, I knew I only had it for 15 minutes. I'll see if you're still on in a bit. Hi, Adoy.
Hello.
Yes, Bree not abandoned us, went and took care of her business, and I respect that. What are you doing? If you want to dig into the ground, go outside.
He cannot dig outside.
I'd rather he dig outside than the rug.
Yeah, it works.
He's trying to get the whatever is in the rug, he's trying to get it out the rug. I get it. Anyway, racism. Let's go. We did a clean today. Oh, I didn't know the door was closed. We did a clean today, and the inhabitants were Caucasian. Oh, did I ever explain why white people are the devil? Because y'all don't have
No,
connectivity.
you didn't.
Yeah, because I don't want to leave that hanging.
You're right.
Like,
you gotta have
white people the devil, and I just left it like that without explanation. I don't need them.
And eventually, you're gonna backtrack and edit this into a video. So I mean.
Oh, this is live, so this is just gonna go over to Lonnie Appleton live, and people don't have to eat it the way they eat it.
Well, then that works. That works. Well, then yeah.
I got too much content to be trying to force content. I'm trying to get rid of content. That's why I went live, because I ain't got to do none of this but dump it. Y'all getting the raw and cut. I can't afford to edit.
Okay. Why are Caucasians?
Caucasians are the devil because they have no connectivity to God. We are gods. We are not of the same being. They're the Caucasoids from the Caucasian mountains.
Right.
Yeah, I know 50% of the facts. Y'all gonna discount me or you gonna listen? They're from the Caucasoids, and they're not of God. They're not divine beings. Therefore, they have no true connectivity. But they know about connectivity because they know us. That's why they created AI.
You see,
they're trying to.
You won't leave him alone.
They're playing because Alfalfa be on him too.
But he's waving that thing around.
Well, I know. If he hits him, hey! Don't you hit my dog!
That's what it seems like.
You just gotta say it before it happens, so that you just tell them, make sure, but you have to say it in the positive because they cancel stuff out. So, hey, make sure you're treating Alfalfa right, okay?
I told you to go away or something.
He told me to go away?
He said something right now.
He did, but I don't know what he said. I don't believe that Caden just told me to go. I just refuse to believe that was his reaction to me telling him to be nice to the dog. I'm sorry if the microphone amplified my burp. You get the good with the bad. Anyway, and they hear you eating that juicy ass mouth. I bet you's juicy amplified right now. What is it called? ASMR. I'm just playing.
No, I'm a.
Okay, so yeah, y'all don't have any connectivity, and it's not your fault. Like, you can't help it. What you were born into. You signed up for this shit. Don't resent what you chose.
Just like us.
I know. I love being black.
But not all black people love being black.
Yeah, they chose.
It's like false. Because like this, like I said, the wigs, the impersonation, all of that. It's because they hate themselves. Makeup is because you hate yourself. You don't love yourself. Hey!
To what degree? You have to. And then I don't even know if we recorded all of that, but. Yeah.
Sorry.
Right?
Sorry, guys. Pull the rug.
It was for the private stock because that was some inflammatory stuff, Adoy.
But think about it.
I'm thinking, hear me, because I hear what you're saying, but I want to know what you mean by what you're saying, because you said some things right there.
Right. Said a little.
What would you say about, and I want you to pay attention to what you say. I need to
My mouth is hot.
We're about to lose our
live
microphone because I got to plug in my charger. Boom, because I'm about to.
I'll come over there.
Decline. How come everybody, anyway?
Ask me the
question.
At
some point, we do have to discuss race, right? We have to discuss the biases, and we have to admit that we have preferences, and we have to admit that we have these ideas, so that we all know that we can have these open conversations.
And not to mention, we're all different. People try and fit themselves into communities and groups, and it's like you can't have your own opinion if you're in a community or you're in a group. You can't have a preference when everybody else has this preference.
And if you want to fit into the group, so the whole time you can disagree with 99%.
That's like,
especially if your background is completely different.
That's like that guy on that show, the crazy ex-girlfriend, the boss guy, who was like, "Oh yeah, I like women," and it's like, just because you're in a space where you have to associate with certain people, you're gonna act a certain way, and you're not truly acting as yourself. Like, he was gay, but like everyone, he's trying to.
Do you think he was always gay and he married a woman and started an entire family? Or do you think now that his family fell apart and he's feeling, because we always, no matter what, as soon as that endorphin hits, oxytocin or whatever it's called, as soon as that endorphin hits and that feel good happens,
endorphins release off oxytocin.
Oxytocin, I am like saying, do not say Oxycontin. Do not say Oxycontin.
It's not drugs.
That's why
oxycodone.
Every time I say, I like stop myself. Oxycodone.
And that's the drug. Oxytocin.
Oxytocin hits, boom. Whenever we feel that, if it's of another thing, and just because the little boy kissed his cheek, I don't know if you saw that previous episode, he kissed his cheek, and so crazy ex-girlfriend got her cheek kissed too, and so when they both went to work, because everybody's a follower and somebody must tell us what something means outside of ourselves instead of us sitting with ourselves and knowing what something means.
Ooh.
So she goes to her friend, and the guy happens to be walking by, and he's like, yeah, what does it mean when someone kisses you on the cheek?
Well,
yeah, and so she gives her advice, and he attaches to whichever one makes the most sense at the time, because, if you've been so down for so long, any type of stimulation can seem like stimulation, right?
And that's what manipulation is.
Yeah.
You're able to activate people when they're at points of need.
Yeah. And you should actually be looking to align with people that make you feel higher when you're already high.
Instead of people who pick you up.
Your thing?
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, so...
Your thing?
No, because we attacked...
No!
Damn.
It's okay.
Like, no.
We have a dog.
They've been down. Oh, we do.
I'm just playing. It's spicy.
Oh. But, no, they was down for me when I was at my lowest. I was like, okay, so they were able to elevate you enough to get you out of your lowest point. But what you should be seeking is to align yourself with people that can catch you at your highest point, present point. You can always get higher. You can always get higher, but at your present point, those are the people you need to be seeking who will take you higher. And also, you become a person because we align with people who don't zap from us, but add to us. So we align with someone and we equally take them higher. And that's how you are consistently growing your friendship. And that's how you grow old with someone. Not old age. I was talking about mothers of the church because I read in the Bible yesterday where it said, when you truly become one with God, you become a new person. And we ain't talking about getting dipped in the water and coming up and like, I'm a new being. Really, where's the growth points that happen between the split second you hit that water and the split second you came up?
Right, because the same people who are baptized are still in the club. So
still, I mean, I'll be in the club too.
But were you baptized?
Twice.
Exactly. You're still in the club.
Oh, you ate me up. Oh, she did me dirty.
Somebody's still in the club.
Somebody had to put me in my place. But, we had to, the change that we need to see is we become a new person.
It's yourself. The change. This is what I was listening to earlier. This lady, she was saying, how bad do you want it? And the changes that you want to see, you have to make them. Like,
period.
You can't be the person. I don't know. You just can't be an enabler. You can't just sit and complain all day. And that's what all the people are doing. Complaining. Oh, we complain together. Oh, we gossip together. Oh, we do the same things all together so you guys don't ever want to grow. That's why people...
I think that people are confusing growth with learning as much as they can about the awakening of an epidemic. You understand that what we are experiencing right now is the awakening of, oh shit, that's what's happening right now. And so, because someone said to me the other day, they called it something where people are being real, but there's it's a term for it. Like,
keep explaining. I might know.
I don't know, but when people are out here just telling their business now, it's a trend. It's a fucking trend. And who knows whose business is real? Like, how many people are allowing their lives to happen like this in front of cameras? And so when these people are coming out here telling these truths, some of these people are just excellent storytellers. Because this healing thing has become fad. It's become trend. Platforms that have never spoke in this context are now beginning to speak in this context because it's what gets the views.
It's the gimmick. The advertisements are able to be altered. So
that
people,
eats my soul.
Me too. That they want to capitalize on the fact that people are trying to enlighten themselves.
There's this therapy, which makes it even that.
Can you guys go in the
put those back. It's very evident they're not ready, okay? And they become less ready when you sit with the freezer open. But it's a therapy commercial, Better Health. I'm going to put y'all on blast.
Hey.
Pisses me off. Every time it's just like, I'm looking for a therapist that, understands the LGBTQ community. Is it
like an online therapist situation?
Yeah. Is a person of color.
And even online situations, like, is it the whole thing, like, we help you connect to therapists for you? Or is it, I don't know. I've heard of this, though.
It's like a psychic hotline for therapists. Think about it.
You're not even really getting to know your therapist.
Unless you have a spirit of discernment.
Which many do not.
That is top tier, period. But top tier, where you can sit and pick up energy. Because there's 1,000,001 reasons why a person is experiencing what they're experiencing. But if you attach to what you read in a book, that's all you know. But a person who has a spirit of discernment can put the entire piece together and see, now I know the causality of this because I read your entire life. Your history, like I said, we live in loops. We'll be having this conversation again, but on a higher plane. It's bound to happen. It's been happening within days lately.
Mm-hmm.
But,
yeah, it has been happening. The way I'm able to be like, well, you just talked about this and you mentioned this. And...
yeah. I'm so surprised I haven't found my giraffe. I wonder if there's a giraffe in that bedroom today and I missed it.
Definitely was.
There had to be a giraffe in that bedroom. The amount of children's books that were in that room, there had to be a giraffe in that room and I missed it.
Well, next time.
Spirit was like,
right?
You too busy worried about the books with the little black girls on it. Do you see the giraffe on her shirt? I don't know if it was that obvious.
What were they wearing? They were wearing something. They had the same shirt and it was an animal shirt.
Was it?
Oh, I wish I had a picture of them or something.
Right? I don't know.
Because literally, I think they it had it was like cracked. Like it was like purple, like dark purple, and then light purple in between. Like it could have been giraffe print, like type thing.
That'd have been crazy.
That's what I feel like. Like, dang.
Well, if we ever have to clean their house again, we'll see if there's a giraffe. Because it was like, I know there's a giraffe in that house.
Yeah, walking in there, I was like, oh.
I'm going to have to pay attention because some of the little decorations were animals. And they were...
axolotls, koalas, carrot, my bad.
Yeah.
The carrot.
Derek. Nickname is
Derek. Derek. Carrot top. Carrot.
Anyway. Yeah,
Derek,
I'll have to check next time. But it was let me get to my point. How I solved racism. So we're in the little white girl's room, and oh yeah, me and Dre got in a nice little heated back and forth. I was like, put this in your hat for the therapist on Monday. You don't need to tell me what to talk to the therapist about. I was like, well, this is a problem you have with me. He's like, you need to worry about what you're talking to the therapist about. I was like, I don't need to go to therapy. I'm going to therapy because you want to go to therapy.
You're hilarious.
I'm going to therapy for us.
That's what he said?
Huh?
That's what he said?
Yeah, I'm going to therapy for us. And I'm like, okay, because you don't know how to communicate. So let's go to therapy. Because I know how to talk things through. I know how to think from a different plane than you do. But you still don't know how to think from the plane that I think from. So you need someone outside of you. Because he still believes God is outside of him. So he needs someone outside of him.
He needs to know who Allah is.
Oh.
I just feel like I don't know. He's questionable. He's like, the sky is falling, but he does nothing to prepare for the sky falling.
Well, that's what I told him today. I was like, because somehow we got on the subject of building generational wealth. And I said, what are you doing to build generational wealth? And he's saying what he presently is doing is building generational wealth.
That's really what I was thinking about earlier. I was like, nah, I need to make it my mission to build legacy.
Everyone should make it their mission to build legacy.
That's really the whole purpose.
If we're all building legacy, somebody's got to do it.
Right. I'm not gonna have all these kids and not have something for them, Like mom and dad.
Okay, I'll make you a doctor's appointment.
Mom and dad really got to lay the foundation right. Like that's I feel like that's the issue for this generation. We're all hooked on the fact that there's a way that you can get instantly gratified. You can make the money real quick. You can get the money, but no one has the information in their head to monopolize or create a better future for themselves and their kids. And on top of that, these people are having teen pregnancies.
We are literally creating our ruins right now.
Yeah, people don't understand that. They don't understand how important it is to not just be letting anybody drop loads in you and all these things. Like, this is so gross. Like, the more I think about it, because like a lot of these people, even the guys, sometimes the guys, they don't even need to be messing with the girls.
Your fruit before you eat it.
They don't need to be dealing with the girl that they're dealing with because they're basically poisoning their seed, and now their kid is just evil. All because they didn't care about where they were, because everyone has a match.
So you can continue on your path.
You're good. We still have to get back to you solving racism. It's fine.
I was going to ask you about legacy. What generation did legacy stop mattering?
I wouldn't know.
Just based on what we believe, what you believe, because we have two different ideas.
Probably like 1930, 1920s.
That generation, you think? Because if we think about all the different generations, we're speaking from the Black perspective or the melanated people perspective, and this is American, because there's other melanated people who
are still doing that. Yeah,
but we don't.
There's no structure,
and so. Based off of the American history based off the American history that you know, because I know it topically as well. I ain't done no research.
Right.
When did legacy stop mattering? And think about how hard they worked to make that happen.
Honestly, 1930 is too early because I'm thinking about the Black Panther movement and stuff.
Let's go. I know exactly when it broke. I want to see
the crack epidemic.
Yes. You want to mock that shit, but that's when they finally broke through. They were attacking us and attacking us and attacking us. We had groups. We didn't have an individual. We had groups that stood for something.
Literally, people getting thrown in jail.
Because if we connect, we can become the Black Panthers. But in 2024, this all Black Lives Matter stuff, that's games. False. Those are games.
Right, it's a distraction.
And that's no disrespect.
And that's exactly why they were able to use it as an advertisement.
That's why they letting y'all exist. Do you understand that they killed Huey Newton?
I don't know him.
I believe it's Huey Newton. They killed the brother, the leader of the Black Panthers, while he was sleeping. They attacked his home. That's how powerful or cowardly they are. How you want to? That's how powerful he was. That they waited till he was asleep. I know that much.
That's horrible. You know, I feel like after the Black Panthers dismantled, because
who came after the Panthers?
I'm even thinking like these people used to get thrown in jail all the time, like all the time, like catching charges for civil rights. Like what the heck?
Doing that now?
Exactly, we're catching charges because you're mad at your baby mama because she slept with somebody else, and now you're stabbing her 40 times. Like what's going on here?
Yeah.
The emotional, the crack.
The crack. They diverted our passion in the direction towards each other,
and on top of
instead
that,
of towards a collective freedom.
Which
we
is
don't
sad.
know how to unite. Where did that start?
But slavery was our fuel. That's what slavery, segregation, all of those things were our fuel. You know, they had open things to be upset about. Like, I don't know. What are we upset about today? We're upset about what? Because Black people are getting equally treated these days, you know?
Well, Dre is upset because they're rolling back. They're honoring the Confederate. They've always done it. Now they're allowed to publicly do it. We fought for acknowledgement. They fight to be able to publicly do what they've been doing. Right?
I mean, as long as like lynching isn't cool.
It's still legal in some states. It's not outlawed federally, which means if it's a federal, look, I got 10% knowledge, but if it's at a federal level, then it's all 50 states. But if it's not at a federal level, then it has to be state to state to state to state.
Exactly, like weed.
Yeah, so lynching is not outlawed at a federal level, I believe. I could be wrong, and I don't know. But I've heard that. So even if today you're like, no, well, today, when I heard this, it was true. So we can't argue your today facts against my 5 years, 10 years ago. I don't know when I heard that fact, but I know that at that time, it's crazy sauce. Anyway, here's how I solved racism.
Right, opened up a new box.
Yeah, we're cleaning the white people's houses and little white girls, and as I go through their books and I'm organizing them by size, they have 2 books with little Black girls on them. And I'm like, Bailey, look.
Okay, Mom, I'll put the egg on the beyond the bench.
He ate it from the bench?
Yeah.
Okay, but we know Alfalfa gets up there, so we have to be smarter than the dog, right?
Actually, it wasn't actually the bench. It was like, you know when you open the door, when you open the door and you step out? Yeah, he ate it from the front up there.
So it's on the ground?
He was on the ground, and there was just the crust. The crust was just on there.
Okay, well, we want to make sure that Alfalfa's not eating any of our food, okay? As often as possible. I know mistakes happen, but we have to pay attention. Hey, will you let Alpha in? What time is it? Is it 7? He needs to eat. Anyway, cleaning these little white girls. We'll find the 2 books that have little Black girls on them. And I'm like, oh, this is how they learn about Black women through these books.
Michael, go let them in.
Because their parents want to teach them to be diversified. And so, ooh.
Your wrist? I'm sorry.
Thank you.
What if I got my tattoo on my wrist? Which side is it, Mom? Your left?
My non-dominant hand.
Your left?
My non-dominant hand.
Oh, you're trying to tell me which one's yours? You're trying to make it so I can guess which one's your non-dominant?
No.
Oh, you want me to put it on my non-dominant?
I'm telling you, I did not put it on my left wrist. I put it on my non-dominant hand. Which means my motivation was not, I'm going to put it on my left wrist. My motivation for choosing this specific wrist was because it's my non-dominant hand.
Why?
I don't know. It just felt like, it's
visually appealing for you.
I don't know, but now that I think about it, it's, your non-dominant is your weakest side. So if you put champion on your weakest side, it'll strengthen it because it's a champion. So it fights a little bit harder than the dominant.
Dang, because I was gonna put it on this side, or I was gonna put it on this arm. I was thinking like right here.
Yeah.
But like the whole wrist idea would be cute, because like yours is a wrist.
Yeah. Look at the wrist.
Woo!
Look at the wrist.
Go get him food.
I'm thinking I'm gonna get my fingerprints right here, and I'm only gonna get 4.
Your children
My
and you?
children.
You have 4 kids. Okay.
Yes, I think.
Everything. I forget you have 4 kids. Like something about me just thinks that I'm the only one, and then the other kids are just kids in your life. I don't know. I just don't remember you having all these kids.
Yes, dear.
Like I don't know. It was me for so long.
Yeah.
And it feels the same. Like it doesn't feel like I have siblings. It just feels like people to look after.
Yeah, I can see that.
Strange enough.
But I love that you're still loving for them and care for them and.
Yeah, no, I love them, and I know they're my siblings, but like in my head.
I can see you're 7 years older than Angel, which is a significant amount of time.
Right. 7 turns into 12. 12 turns into.
Yeah. And so, like, you're out of school and your sister's still climbing up. You're just now leaving elementary school, right? Oh, so you're going to
7th grade?
What the hell is junior high? Like, it's middle school.
6, 7.
2 years for you? I'll be getting confused.
Junior high is usually 6th, 7th, and 8th. But
then what's middle school?
Middle school is junior high.
No, they're 2 different things. Because I went to middle school and it was, I don't know, dear. Hey, is that a smart decision?
It's heavy though.
Why you told him to feed the dog? You
is that
don't
the only
need
bag?
to bring the entire bag. That does need to be open, but you don't need to bring the entire bag in the house. If you need assistance, someone can come to you because that's just an easier option with a big old bag of dog food.
Angel, can you help him, please? And I suggest that you work on your posture.
Yeah, you're stalking. Yeah, the fact that you dug deep into it, you already knew what it was.
You know.
So make a better choice. We're telling you weren't. There could be a little bit more is what we're saying. We love what you're doing. Give us more.
Serve.
You're
Hold those
walking
shoulders
in
up.
the wrong direction with the big ass bag of dog food. Why is the big ass bag of dog food being deposited in the dining room?
Like, why didn't you just bring the bowl to the?
And I bet you the bowl's in the garage. And I bet you the bowl's in the garage, isn't it?
So, Lonnie,
I'm so confused.
How did you solve racism?
Oh, I solved racism, but I gotta go get my charger. Hold on. Oh, but I have a microphone so you can hear me all the way in the room. Ooh. Watch out, Alfalfa. Anyway, I solved
microphone.
Because, we went and we cleaned.
We have a microphone.
And I saw how they had these 2 books with these
yes.
black and I was like, oh, this is how white little girls, because their parents want to teach diversity, they don't want to be the next. And
put those scissors down and put them back where you got them
They're
from.
doing
That's
their
not how
best
you put scissors,
to
Angel.
become acceptable to
put them back where you
melanated people. You know, so they're deliberately. See, this is team too much.
Exactly.
And you gonna just roll like, hey, ain't my fault. Like, this is the stuff, Angel. If you were asked to help your brothers. Doesn't matter what he said. We already.
What were you told?
Anyway, we about to lose our thingies. Anyway, so that's how they teach diversity to their children, because you know the opportunity to actually play with little Black and brown children doesn't present themselves often.
Just feed them, Angel. If you're not gonna help, don't help at all.
And then the idea of, you know, the little black children, is that only 2 cups? Because that looks like a bunch of dog food.
It's 3, getting bigger.
Who said that you get to determine when the dog eats more dog food?
Yeah, I think it was 3, but I said
And I told him to let it be.
So there was a conversation that took place, because the way that he told me like, I don't care what you have to say, I have decided. Where did you get that information from?
Dad.
Okay, then boom. At least cite your source.
Dad.
Okay, because you sounded like you were trying to tell me like you made an executive decision, and I don't think we're in the space where you can make that decision right now.
I make the executive decision in this household.
Be quiet. You want to put it on yours?
No, that'd be funny though.
What, to get both our voices instead of me being at a distance? At a distance, the world looks blue
It's at like 14.
and green. I see the little red.
Yeah.
Little red.
Little red.
Little red.
Back to you solving
Back to you
racism.
solving racism, Lonnie.
I'm not gonna stop.
All right, so yeah, they're trying to teach diversity in their homes, and so it's hard to schedule play dates, which needs to be something that we do. Schedule play dates with other cultures, other backgrounds, all these different things. You should intentionally be working to diversify your child's background. This will help end racism. When your kid has friends of different races, and not friends that act like them, friends who act like themselves. Like, can my white friend
No! Put it in the bag.
put it back in the bag there? Or you can get a sandwich bag if it's too hard to put it in there. Will you get him?
Did you make like a tiny hole?
It's a small hole, but you can put it in there. Just take your time. Use your hands like a funnel.
This is not a small hole.
Well, it looks small from my direction.
These people just
I know, the inadequacy.
right. It almost makes me want to do it myself.
Almost. I'm not that appalled. The ain't shittery of it all. Anyway, yeah, we need to diversify our children. So I'm going to
So they have authentic.
connections with these people instead of theory, right?
Yeah.
I know white people based off of what I was told. You know white people largely. You have always like fought me when I was like trying to be racist. You're like, Mom, stop talking about white people. You don't even know. Because you actually had little white friends, and that probably wasn't your experience. But I had little white friends too, and that never really was my experience. I had a whole white stepmother, and I still never experienced being called an N-word.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the
But I
people
heard
in the
all the white racist shit.
Yeah, and
Keep going.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I've always heard us go after them, and personally, I've never gone after them, which is great. But
Yeah.
that's not gonna say it won't happen to my brother, it won't happen to my sister. So that's why you gotta still have that understanding that racism is beyond you. It's not just
Your experience.
exactly.
So your experience doesn't disqualify someone else's experience. I respect that. But it's also, just because your experience doesn't disqualify somebody else's experience, we have to have that same understanding on the other side. It just can't be black to black. It has to also be
Back
Black-
to black.
black to white. You know, we have to, just like this, me and Dre's conversation today, that they're trying to, you know, resurrect some Confederate stuff or whatever. I was like, I don't care. Like, their history matters.
But also
How can our history matter to them, but their history doesn't matter to us? We're like fighting a winless battle.
that's what I'm saying. Like, when are we going to have our battles? Like,
When we wake the fuck up and we see that we're contradictions, like, this is stupid. Hating
maybe
each
it's
other
not
is stupid.
things as well.
Right?
Like, I just don't like the fact that they're taking away rights.
What are you eating?
Like, this happened with the
I
with all the alcohol laws. Like, they took away the alcohol and they gave it back, and then
Prohibition.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's just like, bro, you're
When they-
messing with people's lives. Like, people are already living their lives this way.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, this way now. We'll give it back.
So maybe it's even like the weed, they take it and outlaw it. One, the obvious, so till they learn how to tax it, then it's, you know, the other drugs are allowed to continue because they're working a whole nother angle, right? One angle is we can tax it and make money off of it. So alcohol is okay, marijuana is okay, you know, and then on the other side, it's like, this stuff is really killing people. Like, alcohol is still killing people too, but we can blame something else. But these drugs, we really can't blame nothing else. But we still gotta make money off of it, as well as it's causing the destruction of the people. Like, they're trying to kill humanity off, which is weird to me. They're trying to replace us with robots, which is weird to me. Like, if you kill off humanity, you kill yourself off. Like, you don't even like you.
That's the issue, though. That's the whole ego thing. You cannot be the only thing on top. Like, you can't hate yourself.
Stop with the bad.
You can't hate yourself so much. Or you can't hate humanity so much that you don't see it in yourself.
They do.
And that's why they wear wigs.
Oh. But the kicker is, it's like, if the black woman goes extinct, the world goes extinct. The world doesn't exist without us. So everyone's trying to kill us, and like even our own.
Yeah, like I said, stabbing the girl 40 times because she slept with another guy.
Yeah. It's like,
how do we justify that? Like, bro, what?
who raised a son that would do that? Who raised a daughter that would do that?
Someone who didn't pay attention to their son. Someone who literally didn't care about the influence that they're putting on their child.
Or not.
You think so? You think people can have good influences and still make bad decisions?
If there's a predisposed destiny, right? If there's a predisposed destiny, then gonna rock the way gonna rock regardless of upbringing, right? I believe that.
Right? Makes sense. I don't know. I just feel like your upbringing says a lot about what you are. Because ultimately, you made decisions. And then some of them were because of your upbringing. Like, even when you're not with your mom, you still made the decisions you wanted to make.
Can you create a terror? Yes. Because they have a predisposed destiny. How they fulfill that destiny is determined by their upbringing. Right? Martin Luther King had the power to lead. So did Hitler. And I'm not saying anybody did something right, anybody did wrong, because I read a book about Hitler and I identified with a lot of
What the heck?
theories. I read this a long time ago because I want.
Identify with Hitler.
No, not clearly.
Well, on top of that, they
that
say that the Jews
aspect.
are bad to black people.
Yeah, they don't like us. He's trying. We both. Let's get off the Jews. I'm afraid to talk about the Jews
Sorry.
even at this level.
Sorry.
I don't want to piss them off. I love everybody, but we gotta.
Mashallah.
But we gotta have those conversations. Like, we gotta have a space where we can have these conversations. That's the only way we move past the BS.
Exactly. Like, how are we gonna actually talk? We're just assuming.
Yeah. So we need to be able to create the spaces where we all can and ask those ignorant ass questions. Like, I gotta ask this ignorant ass question.
You're allowed to ask about my hair.
Yeah.
I don't like it. It doesn't get aggravating until you're in a space where like you're not asking to understand. You're just asking to.
You just my foot.
Have something to talk about or.
Yeah.
Make fun or.
Yeah. I touched the black girl's hair.
Right? Like, it's just a superficial meaning instead of what it truly is. Like.
Yeah. I don't think I ever encountered that. Whenever I encountered white women, it's been genuine interest. Yeah, I used to lift my wig up and show them the cornrows and all that other. I used to take my cornrows down so they could see how the hair is braided. Like, I would help them understand. Like, they're reading books about little black girls and their hair and how it's fascinating. Of course they're fascinated about black women's hair. I want to see too. I want to touch the afro too. How does it stay up? And they should be able to ask those questions. Now, it's the ones that are out here making it nasty that ruin it for everybody else, but that's your spirit of discernment. Everybody's not the enemy. Everybody's not a friend. No, go put my things back.
The other night, I gave him my vitamin water, and there's like this much in here.
Mm-hmm.
He drank this much. You can have the rest.
Yeah, give me my bag of
So
chips.
I say don't share with
Yeah, you don't know how to be respectful to others, because I saw how you just, snatched up the last french fry yesterday, but then you gave it to me after you thought about it, but still. He was like, yank. You looked at me. And like, Like, I don't want that shit with your finger. I probably did eat it though. I'm still growing out of the mom share my food
Hey boys, go take a shower.
era.
No, we're gonna take showers right now, okay?
Anyway, so I offered one in racism solution. Allow your children to have as diverse friends as possible. Gender fluid friends. What are the things we're working towards? Culturally diverse background friends. Different languages. I'm not sure how that works, but like a deaf friend, a friend in a wheelchair, like they need to be the ultimate get along crew.
Well, think about it, honestly.
Instead of groups, like people send their kids to schools that are full of people like them so they don't get bullied for being different, when they should actually be cool. Like everybody should want to be the different friends, different person's friend, so you can learn about them. Now the difference in the pervasion is I just am interested in you, so to look, you know, like a fucking fetishing, but also a sideshow.
Stop playing with the door. Go in or out. Go take your shower, because I told you 2 times already. I'm not playing these games. Go. And Kaden, get off the Kindle.
Don't act like that. No, don't act like that. No, that's fine. You cannot be happy with the decision for you to go and put your Kindle away. But you don't have to act like that. Do you understand?
He forgets you're in the room. Like he forgets you're in the room. Like he just did that whole... Like, no, just because Bailey's the only one talking doesn't mean mom second it.
Boy, aren't you supposed to be taking a shower?
Stop! 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 I don't need your help, Kaden. Stop! You're supposed to be taking a shower. Stop!
See, but you're trying to flex your authority when you need to be seeing what he needs to do in order for him to do what you want.
No, but
so there's times,
okay, but plug that cord. We're not doing anything else tonight. Don't
threaten him. Now you're threatening him. You're going back.
Serious.
I know you're serious,
I'm not
but
over his head.
No. What I'm hey, how you doing?
Leave the cord alone. Go take a shower.
No, what I'm saying is you got to give the take. Yo, no. You got to give it. No, you need to have some flexibility. Clearly, you're not going to get your way the first time. So how do you create that situation to where he's not being defiant? Okay, Kaden, what are you trying to do? I want to unplug the TV. Okay, and then you're going to go take your shower? And then he's going to say yes. That's how you get him to go take the shower without the slamming of the doors and the stomping of the feet.
Makes sense.
You got to be smarter than a 5-year-old.
Yeah, I know. But I don't know I was getting punked by a 5-year-old. So good.
When he's in resistant energy,
he can't even go pee without screaming.
But anytime you can end this by allowing him to have his way. Hey, Kaden.
Yeah.
Do you want to wait maybe 5 minutes and then you take your shower? Or do you want to take your shower now?
I want like 5 minutes.
Well, you don't get to wait 5 minutes to take your shower if you're still going to be doing that crying stuff.
Bring me the Kindle while you wait.
He can wait on his Kindle. It's fine. Why do you want to interfere in my classroom?
Because, alright.
I'm teaching you how to handle this.
Interfere. I got you.
All right. It's 7:50, so at 7:55, you're going to go take your shower, okay? Kaden,
Daddy's gone.
are you going to take your shower at 7:55?
Yeah.
Okay, then that's cool. Enjoy your 5 minutes. And that's how you get what you want from your kids. We can't be so, when we're in resistance, if they're not, you know when your kid is being defiant. Kids have hard times too.
Kids probably have the hardest time.
Yeah, because they're constantly not
Controlled.
They're controlled, but they're also growing. Like, even animals like Alfalfa in, a month is a completely different dog. February, March, April, like in 2 months, he's a completely different dog. Like, that is rapid growth. Now imagine, known or unknown, Michael and Caden are intentionally elevating themselves because they're constantly analyzing life and learning new things. So now their growth rate is like that. So like, I know when I'm having an ascension, I'm crying all the time. I don't know if you've clocked your ascensions. So far, Dre's ascensions have manifested in violence. And so it's
Right. Noted.
so it's like,
I wonder what mine are. I don't know. I haven't paid attention to that. I don't really think I have ascensions. I really just think I just, living. I felt the same for a while now.
so you haven't ascended. Maybe I ascended. We just went through it and you were mocking me for using the word, but we just went through.
We just ascended.
Because it's a falling out of alignment.
Yeah.
Well,
honestly, of course I've ascended. Because, I'm really thinking, since junior year to now. Just, how I was looking forward to being a part of a friend group or hanging out with girls and, the lifestyle that they're painting us to want to have. And it's I don't want that anymore.
But you still do. You just want it in a healthy way. Right. You still seek a friendship, friend circle.
I don't know. I want the healthy things, but I also want the unhealthy things. I still want to go outside.
Woohoo!
Right? It's fun. But
my 40-year-old version of going outside, I'm trying to get my ass outside too. Vision board workshop.
Right?
That's my type of outside.
My type of outside is just, I don't know. I really like being one-on-one with people. But I've been thinking about the whole car situation. Because I could get a car, but what will that do for me? Where will I be if I had a car? Where would I be? Everywhere but where I need to be. Because I just feel
in the beginning, and then it's just gonna sit outside, and you're gonna be paying for something that just sits outside and let you go to work. But that's if you choose the same old for your life, but you're choosing something different.
Right. I actually want to be able to go to appointments and go to classes on time.
But it's not that you're driving to just drive around. You're actually filling your life up with meaningful things, not party and bullshit, but meaningful things. So you're going to prayer group, you're going to women's circle, you're going to all these different things that feed you.
Aerial class, you know how they have that circle thing?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know the story.
That's the version as well. Mm-hmm. But stuff like that, I would love to invest in myself in that kind of environment because I can meet people there. That's not a, I do this. That's not like me seeing a girl at a party and not really knowing too much about her, but knowing that she goes to parties and that's a no-go. That's not a consistent thing for me.
Mm-hmm.
But if I meet a girl in an aerial class or something, you might be a little well-rounded to some degree.
Someone who's in an aerial class consistently, not just one, because, I've been in all kinds of classes at least once.
Right.
I'm not saying I'm not a good person to know, but I'm an introvert. I'm a flake on you every time. Not anymore, but I used to, right? Because I respect people more than I did in the past. But someone who consistently is showing up at activities, and that's when you start talking to them in class, right? Yeah. And because you're a soul connector, you can tap in immediately. You don't have to wait 3 weeks for them to open up to you. You have the ability to immediately tap in and start having those soul conversations.
Figure out what I need to figure out and see
if this is a person that you move to the next level with.
That's why I really gotta talk to people. I can't just sit next to you.
What?
I can't sit next to you for 8 hours and be like, oh yeah, we hung out, I had a great time. No, we didn't talk about anything of substance, and I don't like you because I don't know too much about you.
Yeah.
You didn't hear me?
No, I'm thinking. Because I'm well, it depends on. Because if people is boom, but your spirit of discernment is different than most. Your intuition is heightened. So you can filter through somebody that quickly. But if everybody is filtering through people that quickly, especially if they have not developed their spirit of discernment, they're just creating isolation. Mm-hmm. Oh, you said or did something I don't like. You're no good. You throw an entire person away because you just met them and somehow they're supposed to someone who perfectly aligns with your background the first time you meet them, that's sketchy right there off top.
A demon.
It's a demon!
Right here. Rebuke thee.
Yeah.
Well, someone that knows you too well. They've studied and calculated.
Your type, because everybody's an archetype, right?
Exactly.
So I may not know you.
Like that. There you go. Studying archetypes. That's literally what manipulation is.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
I may not know you, but I know enough about
I know
how you identify.
just like you, so I'm gonna try and do every little strategy that worked on them, and if that doesn't work, I'll add a little spice.
And then if you're worth a little spice.
Right? Because honestly,
most aren't. That's why they're out in 3 months or 3 weeks.
That's why I'm trying to find people who need a little bit of spice. You know, like you're worth a little bit of spice.
And teach them.
Exactly.
If you teach someone their worth, it's a done deal.
Shoot, I don't want to be doing that though, because these people just take that. That's basically fixing people.
Yeah, that's what I like, fixing people.
I like that, but like
I like fixing.
Not in a friendship or.
He's enjoying that too much.
Oh. Red Rocket.
It's
Red
gross.
Rocket.
It's gross.
Ew.
Life with a male dog.
I didn't know. I was just helping him. Not really. I don't want to do that.
Rubs.
Ew.
The good old rubs. He likes to get pet session. Anyway, no, I understand what you're saying. But we can't, especially if our quest is friendship. I'm in this mom group and I'm like, look, I let them know off top, I am here to make friends. Not only for me to make friends, but for me to teach them how to make friends. We all say that we want friends, but everything in our life, let's think about ourselves, right? Most of us. Most of you that are in my audience, because motherfuckers that don't want nothing out of life ain't in my audience. Because I'm going to piss their ass off immediately.
Oh, shit.
Y'all don't like real motherfuckers. That's why y'all don't like Amanda Sines. Is that her name? Seal?
Yeah, man. Amanda Seals.
I keep messing up Amanda Bynes.
That was fast.
That's why y'all don't like Amanda Seal. Because she's real.
You know.
Y'all call us being on the spectrum. No, we just don't deal in bullshit.
Spectrum.
Yeah.
You're weird.
I'm weird?
I said there.
Yeah.
For them to like assume that people are underdeveloped because they have different thought processes.
Because you don't mask as well as they do. Think about it. All the people who are on the spectrums are the people that will come right up to you and say, you're fat.
Right.
And you're like, oh, you're not supposed to say that. But she's fat. Why can't I say it?
That just gave me flashbacks to Kaden and Sean Reed. I'm like, shh. I didn't even say it. I was like,
it's disrespectful. Well, nigga, you're fat.
That's the thing, is like, call a thing a thing. Understand that things aren't always. If you're coming from a place of judgment and to ridicule someone, that's why we're always off put by things, baby.
And he's 2 or 3 years old, so he's never encountered someone as big as this individual. And if he's learning the difference, somewhere he learned, because we don't use that terminology here, you know. So, but somewhere he learned, you know, the word fat, you know, TV, of course. And so when he sees it for the first time in real life, just like when white girls see black girls who they've been seeing in books their whole life and on TV, and how amazing it is to be black. Hell yeah, I want to be black too. I know, double bonus. I want to be black and I'm black. Oh, go off. You know, so the first time he got to see a quote unquote fat person, when the motherfucker was fat. I just don't want to keep saying the word because I don't want to offend nobody. It's probably one of the guideline words. But when he finally sees it in real life, he's like, he's calling a thing a thing. And for some reason, he's the disrespectful one. Instead of just saying, I understand, somewhere you learned that word.
That's weird.
But
honestly,
anyway,
there should have been more understanding in that situation.
Yeah, but we didn't know at that time.
He was 3.
I know, but at that time we didn't know how to develop a child and say, hey, that's not a nice word. When you say that to people, it hurts their feelings, because we think at 3 he's not going to understand all that. But you're planting seeds, right? He would sooner not say fat to a person. He would sooner not say it if you explain to him why not to say it than if you just say, don't say that.
That's really why I was like, tell him about sex. Because I feel like I had this conversation, like, when's the right time to tell them? Because, I mean, you could tell them at 6, 12, but will that stop them from having sex early on? Or will that, you know?
I think, and look, it's my first time in the game, right? But I think as early exposure to those topics as possible at age appropriate doses, correct? Which is spirit of discernment. That's not personal choice. That's spirit of discernment. One child may be able to handle it. You know, my 7-year-old is capable of having that conversation. Meanwhile, my 12-year-old walks in the room and says, ew, this is gross. So it's not an age appropriateness. It's a capacity to have the conversation.
Like, and to have that type of understanding and know that things can be communicated for future reference and not just for today, you know?
Yeah, because you're planting seeds.
Yeah, because you're not telling him about sex so he can go do sex now. You're telling him about sex so he is familiar with the topic.
Well, he's asked questions. I'm not just going to walk up to him and say, hey, you want to talk about sex? No, I'm not going to say that. But if he asks me a question, like, how do babies get here? Well, are we going to tell stories? Which I tried, but you're like, that's not true, Mom.
Right? Like, what the heck is the story?
You know, eggs do not crack open.
I don't even think I even asked about. Did I ask where babies come from? I feel like I never asked about that.
No.
Like, I always kind of.
I don't recall
Honestly,
you ever asking.
I was
I just think I think he might be an OB. Because he really is curious about where babies come from.
It also has to deal with, like, their life experiences because no one's abusing them.
Immersion.
Abusing them, you know. So
Might have to go take him to.
Huh?
I'm having a conversation while you are.
Very good.
I said if he becomes an OB, then we need to start maybe exposing him to, like, when medical things come into town and stuff like that. Expose him to that if he's really curious about human anatomy.
Exactly.
What you said earlier.
Exactly. Taking them to the places they need to be so they can
grow their interests.
And that's why I said about Kaden. You said putting them in beer and arts. Like, things like that where you know they just need an outlet. And eventually they'll find their own interest.
Yeah, because if you teach them to explore, it doesn't matter what they're exploring. Like, that was how I did you a disservice. Is one, I bounced you from thing to thing to thing, trying to find a thing you were interested in. When it's not to find a thing you're interested in, it's to just put you and not force you. Because when you're ready to quit, you're ready to quit. Like, you begin to resent something when someone forces you to continue. Now, just because someone turns out to be great in that thing that they were forced to continue doesn't mean that they still did not build up a resentment towards you and the thing because you forced them to continue. Now, I can be grateful to you because now I'm making millions off of the skill that I was forced to be in. But that excellence was going to kick in whenever it kicked in. You forced me to channel it in this direction. When if you would allow me to quit and move into the direction I like, now, yes, I'm making millions, but I'm still dreadfully unhappy because I never wanted to do this. You forced me to, and the excellence was going to kick in when it did. So now I'm doing this. But I'm miserable, and I don't even know what I'm supposed to be doing because when I wanted to quit when I was 5 years old, you wouldn't allow me. And when I was 5 years old, I knew what I was supposed to be doing. You wouldn't let me do it. And now that I'm 20, I don't fucking remember. And I can't walk away from this money. I can't walk away from this life. So we're forcing our kids at very early ages to assimilate. And then we wonder why our kids are fake versions of us. And we're fake versions of our parents who are fake versions of their parents. So, when do we abandon legacy?
Ooh, we didn't even finish the racism talk.
We're going to get to the racism talk.
Yeah, but
we keep looping back. Can you appreciate how we keep finessing? We keep stoking it a little bit more, a little bit more. You got to ride the wave, though. You got to ride it in order to get the answers. Like, bitch, you just hold on. But you got to wait. And within the next 30 minutes, we're going to loop back around. And if y'all type in the comments the topic you're interested in, we'll jump back to it. But I be forgetting.
Honestly, like I said, the crack epidemic, we just blamed it. Oh, they dropped it on us. The lack of accountability.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a choice to do crack.
It is.
You're not, hey, take this crack, you know.
It's not like weed. It's different.
But I'm not sure because it could have been like weed.
I'm sure they're turning weed into crack. So it's the same effect.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real sad when things aren't like how they used to be.
Alright, let's stop saying those 2 words because
Oh.
yeah. I got crinna.
So today, Angel promised me she.
We'll talk to Angel about whatever she promised you, okay?
He wants to talk to his Bailey. And this is how you be shutting people down just because they want to interact with you and you don't want to interact with them. So
Dang. Don't do me like that.
but then you be pulling up on them when you want to pull up on them and they better be ready. That's how you be taking people's time for granted. It's a give and a take. So you can give him 5 seconds. You need to talk faster though. Ain't nobody got all this time waiting for you to get your point across. Yes.
When is he taking a shower?
Yeah, eat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, what time is this? Somebody supposed to be eating? What time is it? I can't see. Oh, it's 8 o'clock. Yeah.
He's taking his shower.
Go take your shower. Food will appear. Oh yeah, it's been 5 minutes. Mommy forgot. You're supposed to be taking your shower.
Mommy forgot.
I'm sorry, Michael. What else did Angel promise you?
No, you said. Remember when you told me? Are you gonna keep your word or not?
CVS and she did.
Are you gonna keep your word or not?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I don't know about that. I'm sorry to hear that she didn't give you what you wanted.
You're gonna tell her she owes.
Yes, I appreciate you keeping your word.
Angel, keep your promise.
What promise?
Are you keeping your word or not?
What are you guys talking
Do
about?
you have integrity or not?
Do you have integrity or not?
What are you guys talking
You promised
about?
me for a brownie, you ate my brownie, and you didn't give me another one which was black and white at CVS pharmacy.
Because there's no brownies at CVS Pharmacy.
Yes, there is.
No,
And that's when you communicate that.
can I finish coins? Cause they don't like to
She
restock.
deserves the
their
right to finish her sentence.
They don't like to restock their things when they're empty.
Hold on, let her finish her thought. Then what happened?
And I wanted to eat my brownies because they're my brownies.
You know, Angel, you're quite selfish.
That is a selfish thing to
And
do.
she's consistently selfish because she owes me $6 and she still hasn't given me the money.
Oh, why haven't you ran your sister her money? We sound like we got 2 L's right
I only
now.
have $1.
Why are you eating my chips? Aren't you supposed to be in the shower? Be a man of your word and go handle your business.
See, too, without integrity.
Let's go.
You better count on Michael and I.
I have $1.
Right? Y'all better bring up the next generation because they on the struggle bus.
Yeah, over here.
They on the struggle bus.
Stealing chips at their mom's
Yo, that's the
house.
opposite direction of the shower. Oh, you wanted to go turn it off. I appreciate that.
Little crumbs.
Sure, but you shouldn't be eating people's crumbs or drinking the corners of people's drinks.
That's how you get sick.
Because my little grubby finger's been on all that. And you, and I put my,
Aren't you wrong?
Yes, but at
Your
some
mom could have
point,
herpes. Mom could have HIV. Just because, I'm not saying you do, but I'm saying.
no, I'm saying HIV is it through, it's not through saliva.
No, it's not. It's through blood
It's blood, and you know. So I think,
and sexually transmitted.
yeah. So I think she could eat my chips. But we don't know what mom has, is what we're saying. And you were just running off a list of things. We got to clear things up. And so,
I feel like I'm
In
done
this-
because you guys start performing at a certain time. And I don't-
but what I'm saying is you shouldn't eat the corner of things because that's that's like the shrimp eat the stuff on the bottom. That's the cockroach stuff.
Cockroaches finish off people's food.
Yeah. That's what the corner in your bag is. That's the cockroach shit. Are you a cockroach? So if I were
Would you
you,
rather have a small piece just to have some, or would you just wait until you get
until you get the portion you deserve, you better tell her, go on, lack thinking. You better tell her, go on, lack
It
thinking.
depends. How long do I have to wait?
You used to scrap, so you done defined your own stuff by still eating.
Right.
The fact
Your
that you
answer, the fact that,
that
you have an ultimatum for me is the reason why you're missing the point.
yeah. You played yourself.
What do you mean? Like, how long do I have to wait?
You played yourself.
Time is not the answer.
You played yourself. There's no trash can there.
No, why?
Because I'm standing on the trash can.
Let's get on topic because I'm ready to go.
How I solved racism. That's the topic.
Wait,
You guys been talking about this for hours.
really?
We've been talking, and now we're finally going to get to the conclusion of how I solved racism.
So you're in the room, you see the black girl.
First of all, y'all need to stop lying to yourself. I'm going to just get to the point.
Wait, Jimmy said.
Y'all need to stop lying to yourself about the fact that black people can't be racist. Black people are bred racist. Why? Because I became a little less racist today. Because I went into a white home.
Hey, Mom, I need the other thing down.
Hey, will somebody go put the thing down for him? Somebody who's tall. Angel, since you're mobile, just automatically go. You know it needs to get done.
Why do you act like you're incapable of doing anything?
No, she's just like, I know it's gonna be me. If you already know it's gonna be me, go ahead and yada yada. Anyway, she's learning. Look, if we plant seeds now rather than manifesting immediately, the seeds are planted. And we have to trust that.
Fine.
So we have to decide at every juncture which seeds are we going to plant, because the seeds are being planted anyway.
Okay, finish.
We need to stop lying to ourselves and telling each other that
Right.
black people cannot be racist. We are racist. We're bred racist. Just like they're bred supremacists, we are bred racist. It's just them against us. That is how we raise our household. I know this because I went to a white house today because I clean houses. I went to a white house today and I was just like, I actually like this family. Like, they cool. From what I can see, right? But we about to become besties. If me and Adoy keep going in that house, I said we about to be, the mammies raising their chittens.
That's literally what I mentioned yesterday.
Yeah, I was just like, no. When someone does something, because when they went to go look in their rooms, they're like, well, I really don't see anything wrong. I was like, well, then you tell us. Good job, ladies.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, but I wanted to go further, but I can't. It would be considered lecturing them. But no, if I keep going in that house, them little girls are going to be right underneath me, and I'm about to raise the shit out of those kids, too.
And that's what happens is like kids get familiar. That's why I was like, oh, you guys want to help me in the kitchen? Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you for showing me.
And then next time, instead of pointing, because they don't know how to really move in that energy too, but the fact that they got books with little black girls and they got the black girl with the afro, and she might have had the black power fist, I'm not sure. But the fact that they have those things in their bedroom, they are curious about black women. So trust and believe, whether they knew or not, they were fascinated to see two black women in their house today. And you know, because every time you interacted with them, they just were like, they were just so excited. And just imagine every time you go over there, you have a little bit more interaction with them, and then they start,
Impression on people, 'cause
yeah.
you never know.
You
Not
know-
that it matters, but like the impact you make on other people. I feel like I said this earlier, but it matters the way you talk to people, the way you present yourself.
First impressions. Oh, and we did, because we were saying, you represent an entire culture. So you owe it to your culture. That's how we get into the question of when do we abandon legacy? Because if you care about legacy, you care about all of our legacy. So how you move in this world is indicative of what someone is going to believe of your culture, because they have been observing your culture. We're the coolest motherfuckers on the planet. So they've been wanting to be adjacent to our culture their entire lives. And so when they finally get a chance to meet one of us and we snap off on them simply because their skin is white. And this is how you must stop lying to yourself and saying that black people can't be racist. And yes, Angel says it to me all the time. That's racist, Mom. Yeah, but I've never been one to say that black people can't be racist. I've always said I'm racist. Yes, Angel.
It's like, like, I watched this one video the other
Don't like me to death, though. Control it. I'm just letting you know off top.
I was in math class and I had free time, so I was on the computer watching YouTube, and I watched this like African kids seeing white people for the first time, and they were just like not looking at them crazy, but like it was like, oh,
Don't like me to death. Yeah, I remember the first time I saw Mexicans. I had I saw one Mexican because she went to school with me, and she might have been Puerto Rican, so I didn't connect the two. But, our car broke down on the west side or the east side. I'm not sure which side the Mexicans live on in Colorado. And I was just like, Mexicans live in Colorado? Like, I thought it was only black and white people because that's what I saw. And so these white people seeing Africans or these Africans seeing white people for the first time, it's a shock. Especially when you're jumping from this color to
This color.
yeah, she's the darkest in the room. You know, so you are the darkest in the room. If I can go from this color to this color, you're like, that's nothing.
That's racism.
Like that's not racist. That's just saying you're the darkest example. Would you like me to be this is racist to this color? It's okay for me to pick up a white bottle to symbolize white skin, but Lord forbid I pick up a black lid to symbolize black skin. That's self-hate. No, it's just to this color. Like, that's not a big leap. So who is to visualize my point?
You could have been alfalfa. Alfalfa's pretty
Okay,
dark.
so now I'm comparing
JK.
black skin to dog skin or white skin. So that's a slippery slope I don't want to go down. I think it's okay to identify my daughter, who is a beautiful human being, as the most melanated person in the room. And I hope after you cook that, you clean out that microwave, because that is the respectful thing to do. Anyway, here's how I solved racism.
Yeah, boy.
Immersion, right? Let your friend, this is just ism, all of them. Let your kids have as many diverse friendships as they can. You have to encourage that.
You shouldn't sit in front of the
That's
black women.
there needs to be groups. Like, I'm in a black mom group, and like the rule is, if you are not a black mom, you cannot be in this group. And I get it, we need our safe spaces, I get it, but we need intentional diverse groups, and I'm sure they're out there, but we need intentional diverse groups, because we need all these different backgrounds, all these different backgrounds to build acceptance of others. We need all these different things, racial, culture, abilities and disabilities, all these different things. Your kids need to have friends like that. If you know that your kid is the one out there bullying a kid for being different, check your motherfucking kid. One, because why are you messing with somebody else? And two, your child is deliberately limiting their growth potential by choosing.
That's your legacy.
That's your legacy. But the 80s fucked you up.
Is this on?
No. And so
Blame it on the 80s.
the crack epidemic.
That's you, Mom.
I know.
You ruined my generation.
No, I didn't ruin your generation.
I'm Gen
I'm one of the
Alpha.
people. I'm one of the people
It's
who's
Alpha.
pulling your alpha behinds up out of the. I'm pulling you out of the drowning space. You're welcome.
I'm an alpha. I don't need help.
See, that's the first mistake.
It's a joke.
Anyway, go on now.
You live in a microwave radiation kills your brain. You gotta have bacon, Mom?
All I know is you need to clean up that.
There's no oil here.
Yes, all that popping, whether you see it or not, is solidifying, and then you're going to create a problem for someone later. So just clean it while it's still hot. Therefore, it comes off a lot easier. Anyway, racism, immersion, bingo, we got that. The second thing is, these little white kids have been curious about us their entire life. So their parents have provided them with opportunities to experience Black culture as much as they can. So through television, they've literally been studying us, right? And so when they actually get a practical opportunity to come in proximity with a melanated person or a Black person, I think it's relevant here. The Black person usually snaps at them, because our children have not been studying Black people. Our children have been surrounded by books intentionally that only look like them because of self-love, right? But we should be teaching self-love while allowing our children outside of themselves, okay? So inside family, outside world. Inside, I teach you self-love. Outside, I'm getting you books to help you see what everybody else is doing. Because if you only know what we're programmed to see that we're doing, then you'll never know what they're doing. So we're not surrounded by their culture. We're doing our best to insulate ourselves from their culture. And then we're teaching our kids to dislike their culture and tell them they're culture vultures, and tell our kids that they want our rhythm and our blues. So whether you think that you are creating a racist, if everything, look, my stepmother was white.
What?
I know, right? My stepmother was white, which means the best years of my life were in the home of a white woman. Karen was on her, like, the A game that I have as a mother, as a homemaker. Like, Karen couldn't cook. I can't cook either. My bio mom could cook, but I didn't live with my bio mom. So it's like, my mom could cook, my mom's family can cook, I can't cook. Well, who did I admire? My white stepmother. And my white stepmother could not cook. But you know what she did? She ran a fucking house. She was one hell of a household manager. That's why Dre is mad at me, because I stopped managing my house. I was like, no, I'm not required to do anything. But what I did was write down every single thing that needs to be taken care of in this house, and I will demonstrate whatever y'all need me to demonstrate. But for you guys to sit here and say this house is falling apart because I'm not doing something? And Dre's like, you don't do what normal wives do. And I was like, do you see what normal...
Sexist.
It is. But I was like, but do you see how normal homes, the energy of it? Do you see normal homes are unhappy?
I seen TikToks that say like, no. You looking at me all sad.
No, I rolled my eyes because my eyes itch. And I was trying to remember what I was about to talk about.
But I remember watching this, there's like this trend. There's like this trend on TikTok, and some guys would do the TikTok trend, and it would be like, what's it called? If my wife made annoyed me, and like basically like it was like being a house husband or something. Can you stop? And they only.
It shouldn't have to escalate to that. When she took it out of your hand the first time, that should have told you.
And they only did it like.
Show respect.
If the wife made more than them, you know. So like I feel like it's the you don't make more than me, or you know I'm a man or something.
We're making eggs.
Michael, I take that tone with you. First of all, what's the rule, Angel? Any food,
I have to cook for them.
any food that is communally purchased needs to be cooked communally, and then that just takes a little bit. Anybody else want some?
I want some too.
And definitely not that energy about it, because you knew ahead of time, right? That rule has always been the rule.
Can you make it for them?
No, I don't know what you're making, and no.
My bacon.
Well, you can just do another one, and you can protect yourself and actually go ask your other brother and say, hey, I'm making some more bacon and eggs. Would you want some? So you can save yourself an extra trip. Be smarter than the task at hand.
There's food in here.
Do yourself, homie. Anyway, so I'm not going to allow you guys to distract me anymore, because I want to go read the Bible. Y'all, if y'all ain't reading y'all's Bible, that thing is good. I see that I am creating a space where you see me consistently reading the Bible, so I'll get you a Bible. You want a kid Bible?
Yes.
Oh, you a little too happy. That's crazy. Oh, yeah, I got to get you. Oh, man, I had a dope-ass slogan. And I told myself to write it down. I always don't write stuff down, and then I forget. But if it's meant to be, it'll come back. It's whatever. But can we not slam cabinets consistently? Gratitude. Anyway, yeah, so let's stop raising little racists in our homes. Let's acknowledge that black people can be racist, and then let's stop raising racists in our homes. So that when non-black children, but specifically white children, get out the, you're taking your ain't shit to the next level, alfalfa. Get out the refrigerator. But, you know, we have to stop preparing our children for the enemy. So much so that soon as a little white girl who has been fascinated with the black race her entire life walks up to your black child on a playground and says, hey, want to play?
That's kind of creepy.
And your black child looks at the little white child and says, get away from me, boop, boop, boop. And I'm not saying that's every child's response. But when we're looking about ending racism, it should be 0 children's responses. Unless we're ready to admit our side in the causality of the continuation of racism. Which means any of that separative shit that you're preaching in your home, known or unknown, it's got to stop. You can build awareness. Can you please wipe down the front of that cabinet for me? It's not, we just have to own our part in it. And if we can own our part in the causality of racism, then we can end racism. We can stop raising racists. I'm saying, and this is what you've been saying to me all this time. You're like, I don't like, being myself in front of you because you judge me because you say certain things that you felt were racist. Yeah, I admit.
Because I was watching Familia Diamond.
You ain't gotta call me out, especially the ignorant stuff that I used to say.
You said
No, do not. I'm literally telling you to stop. Some stories don't need to be told until they are filtered through. Because I used to say some ignorant stuff. And people can take anything that you say, especially on live, and do whatever they want to with it. And is that what you want to be the reflection of our brand? So some stories, I don't know what you're gonna say.
Can I whisper to you what you said?
No.
I'm gonna see what you said.
You're whispering too loud. They can hear it.
I can.
Yeah. You with a loud whispering ass. Anyway. Yeah, I've said some things. But I've also admit, yeah, I am. I am those things. And I had to finally come to a space where I knew how to work through those things. Admitting in any addiction or releasing of demon, if we knew that all these different things were actual demons and spirits attached to us and we can actually get them off of us, we'd probably be more serious about our healing journey. But most of us would like to think that a demon is Beyonce or something like that. But a demon is a spirit and energy that keeps you from progressing forward. And so if you knew holding these biases against other cultures and races and all those things are keeping you from reaching your highest potential, you'd probably be a bit more intentional with stopping these biases. Only God can judge. That's real talk.
All you Christians,
we're not allowed to say the C word.
Mom,
Don't say the
I'm
C
sorry,
word no
y'all.
more.
I'm sorry,
All you
y'all.
religion adjacent people.
I'm sorry, Mom, but
Religion adjacent people. Get it into your
I
vocabulary.
didn't finish yet.
I'm just
Mom.
telling you, get it into your vocabulary. We ain't trying to offend nobody. We just trying to wake y'all up.
Okay,
Go off.
But in the thingies, okay. So back in the 80s and 90s, all of the people, Ruby Bridges, who were talking about they're gonna hang her and all the KKK stuff were Christians, and I remember that one.
Are you saying Ruby Bridges was the 80s and the 90s? Or you're just crossing
70s.
stories? Okay, you're crossing points. I was just curious because I was like, I don't know too much history, but I think it was further back than the 80s and the 90s. Go off. I'm with you.
Anyways, but what was I saying? You don't mess
Ruby
me up,
Bridges,
Mom.
and they said they were going to hang her.
Oh, on the Maury show, there was this group of white people, and then in the crowd were Jewish and black people, and this group of white people.
Okay,
were
boom, boom, boom,
Christians.
boom, boom, boom. Not to cut you off. Not to cut you off, but every word you're saying will get me in trouble, so you have to filter through.
The group of people who happen to be
Religion adjacent.
White.
Oh, who happen to not be melanated, or I think we could say the word white without getting in trouble. Go on. No,
Who
you
happen
have
to
to
be
start
white.
filtering yourself in order to reach a larger audience. If you want to heal everybody, we cannot speak in black and white terms anymore. We cannot speak in certain group demographics anymore. We have to speak as ambiguously as possible to reach as large an audience as possible, because the healing just can't be for us. We all must heal. It's imperative. I just have to start with us, but we can't end with us. So filter, filter, filter.
Alright. Anyways, these group of people who happen to be white, who also happen to be religious adjacent. What's it called? They believed in their Bible. Okay. They believed that black people were the beasts of the field and that any other religion was going against God. But, God is the only one who can judge. So how can you be religious adjacent and believe in the Bible and every word it says in it, but judge people even though God's the only one who can judge?
Boom, but let me ask you a question. If God is the only one who could judge and you find yourself judging, how can you not say that you're God?
Because you're not. That's blasphemy.
Boom, listen. If God is the only one who can judge, you just said that, correct?
Mm-hmm.
How are you able to judge?
How did you make a baby chicken?
Because Adam and Eve ate the apple.
What does that have to do with God is the only one who can judge and you judge?
Because Adam and Eve ate the apple, Mom.
So now we can do what God does?
You listen.
You have to go deeper than your...
Because God was the only one that knew that Adam and Eve were naked. But because they ate the apple, they found out that they were naked.
Mm-hmm.
So, in the Bible, or the Bible...
You can say Bible.
Okay. It says that, like...
Know your
like,
book.
If they had never done so-and-so, everybody would live in harmony and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So, like, there would be no such thing as judging if they never ate the apple. So because they ate the apple, the judging came to be, Mom. Just like in Pandora's box. When she opened the box, all the envy and jealousy and judgment came out of the box and into the world.
But what does that have to do with present day?
Never mind, Mom.
No, I understand what you're saying, but you haven't said it in a way that impacts me. Right? It has to matter to me, and that's okay. You can ponder it, right? You can continue to think about it and find another way to explain this to me. Yeah, can you not intentionally mess up food?
Me?
Yes, I don't know if you're doing it on purpose or if, like, because you know better. Now you're just... now you're wasting. You're wasting. When it's burnt, it's not edible. I'm just letting you know. Whether you know that you're wasting food or not, that's what you're doing. Whether you're paying attention enough not to make a mess or not to mess it up, or you're doing it on purpose. No, I would rather not give the dog human food.
Today, she already did.
Anyway, y'all are stressing me out. Racism. So today became a little less racist, and I'm proud of myself. Because I am a black person who can admit that I have racist tendencies and beliefs and thought process and language. My language completely changed today. I was like, my God, I have spoken this way who knows how long, but actually going into the space of a white person's home, that's how we're going to have to, in racism, we have to go into each other's spaces. We have to. Our children have to hang out with the other people of all backgrounds and choices and everything, and we have to go into their spaces. I remember when Ezra, our child, invited us to Pride. I want to go to Pride. Like, I'm trying to see, is it everything that they said on TV? I'm trying to be at Pride too. But that's going to be a huge culture shock for me. You're dripping on the floor, so when you take it away, look, and now you're just holding it over the floor. Put it over the sink so you're not dripping on the floor. Now, if you were to look at the bottom of the plate, you have drippings on the bottom, right? And gravity, just gravity in itself is going to drop the drops on the floor. You dropped over here. You see all this shiny stuff? This is you. So after you pour something, please pay attention. I need you to look. When you pour something, run your hand along the edge, which will stop the drip, okay? Because it will drip all of that onto your hand. That way now you're not left wiping up the floor. Or leaving it on the floor to cause a bigger mess. I hope that means you understand. Anyway, Yeah, we need immersion into each other's spaces. And so that is a group that needs to intentionally be created. I'm going to work on that, right? Because it's important for us to really become friends, like truly become friends. First, we need to learn how to be friends to each other, and then we can invite the other in, right? But it's an imperative that we befriend each other and get to know each other intimately. And be able to have a safe space to ask all of those quote unquote, that's recyclable.
I know, Mom.
Ask all those quote unquote ignorant questions. How are we going to know that it's an ignorant question? Because I learned it from the books. I learned it from TV. Y'all don't really talk like this. You're not all Karens. Like, what? I heard y'all give the best, but apparently so all these different things that we deem as, oh my gosh, I can't believe you asked that. Well, if white women were white little girls who learned about black women through storybooks that are based on our skin complexion, so when they want to come at us, we've given them the toolkit. I know that they are insecure about their hair because there's 1,000,001 books about loving your hair. And I know that you're insecure about your skin because there's 1,000,001 books about loving your skin. So when they want to do what they've been studying their whole life and they went and they tried to make a friend, a black woman friend, and she snapped off on them. Why are you trying to be like me? Well, because I've studied you and you're cool as fuck. But she can't say that. She's going to be weird. But I went to a little white girl's room today and I saw they have books. They have little black girl books.
Yay!
They have little black baby dolls.
Yay!
They like our culture.
Yay!
And that's not appropriation.
No.
I'm just curious about you. Inclusion. I don't see anything different. But the first one I meet snaps off on me. Now I don't like y'all motherfuckers. Even though I love you, I hate you. Because you're mean. And you know you're mean. You know, I'm looking at diverse friend groups, all kinds of different. Just make sure in those diverse friend groups, you are your authenticity. You're not a knockoff version of your friend. Just because you hang out with black people don't mean you got to act like black people. Especially, like, I know this multimedia country world that we live in now, you can assimilate any culture. But if you are a white kid in the suburbs and the refrigerator's open and your only exposure to black culture is through TV, I don't care how much TV you watch, if and when you do get the opportunity to make black friends, please act like your suburban self.
I grew up in suburbs.
Because you want them to appreciate you at your authentic self. Lord forbid you make your best friends in the world based off a fake version of yourself. You have to continue being the fake version of yourself in order to keep your best friends. So, yes, make it okay that you can go into these different cultural spaces. One of my best friends is Mexican, and I say the most offensive things to her, and she allows me to. Why? Because she loves me and she knows that I'm genuinely curious. Now, I'm going to make some bad jokes because I think I'm a comedian, so everything's a joke to me. But she allows me to ask those things that other people would be like, oh my gosh, she's so ignorant. Well, I am. I only know about Mexicans from TV. That's it.
And in the TV, they portray them as gangsters and thugs.
Same
thing with black people.
I'm not sure, but you know.
And they portray them as like they don't know English and stuff like that. I watched a bunch of shows with Mexicans and they make them sound like they're a bunch of gangbangers.
Really?
Yup.
See? So when we meet people of other cultures, we already have this predisposed opinion of them. And a white woman's love for a black woman, when she tells us our skin is beautiful, is because she's been reading books about our skin, because that's all we write about. When she tells you your hair is beautiful and fascinating, it's because she's been reading books about loving your hair, the Z pattern. You know, she's been reading these books because those are the books on the bookshelf. But she also knows I'm going to go for those things to tear you down, because if they, like, that's just deductive reasoning, right? If they have to write so many self-love books on this particular topic, they must have self-love issues there. So when I am ready to tear you down, I know I'm going to tear you down for these particular reasons. I also know that you outnumber your men by X amount of numbers. And the last number I heard was 10-1. I don't know what it is now. But I know that you outnumber your men. So if, I can't be invited into the Black Girl Club because I'm white, then I'm going to get you any way that I can. There's definitely a percentage of these white women who are dating black men simply to spite black women. And we know that, but we also have to understand why. Because there is some sort of black woman hurt in her history. Because the right ones are bred to love us. And the wrong ones, y'all go over there. We see you 1,000 times over, but the other ones, they wanted to be accepted into a culture so bad, and when they got an opportunity, they weren't met with the cute little black girl that they read about in the storybooks. They were met with some chick who was just like...
Sorry, I wasn't thinking.
And so they had to respond to that. It's just like your mother-daughter or your parent-mother relationship where I love her but I hate her. She's my biggest supporter, but she's my biggest tormentor. How am I supposed to navigate that? Yeah, that's your choice. I could be your best friend if you choose, but I ain't got nothing to do with that. Bye, Angel. There's a lot there. Excuse me, why is this the choice we're making? So there's a lot to dissect there. But there's definitely something there. And I learned that because today I cleaned the house of a white family. And I was just like, I'm in their home. Wow, I get to see how they live. They have crystals too. They have a bowl of Palo Santo in the middle of their table. Oh, the little girls have crystals in strategic places all throughout their room. Oh man, when we got there, he was like, I was just taking the girls to get their smoothies and I'm going to get my coffee. He was easygoing and free flowing. He was a nice guy. Oh, his daughters are friendly too. Oh, they're laughing with me and telling jokes. They didn't even have to fill me out. They were just like, hey. Now, when they did walk in the house, they gave me that energy. The first one, I was like, hey, how you doing? And she's like, hey. And then she went inside. But the second one, she gave me that, I was like, okay, sis. Because they are bred to be defensive. They were like, I know this book is going to teach you, but just like we should be able to know other cultures, but also know the warnings, right? Don't step in no shit. Don't step in no shit. We should set our children up for success. And yes, I want you to be open to others, but be aware. Spirit of intuition, discernment. Read the fucking room. And we can teach our kids to read the room as soon as we choose.
Why do we have to read the room?
Because the room's going to tell you everything you need to know about what's going on in that particular space.
But it's not. What's going on right now?
Ain't nothing going on in this room. I'll teach you how to read energy next time we're in some energy, but just know you need to read a room. Anyway, so yeah, I think I made a point. I think I told you how I saw racism today. Today was a big aha moment. And the fact that I could come here, and I know that I solved racism because I just watched that. Yo, both of you cut it out. I just watched that Amanda Seal interview, and a lot of the feedback was that everything was racism to her. And I was like, Shannon, how are you discrediting her very real experience with the woman? Like, she was in her class for 180 days. Like, of her life. She spent 180 days of her life with this woman. And she is sitting here telling you, based off of 180 days with this woman, one occurrence, and you attach to this one occurrence and discredit her entire 179 days with this woman. You're just like, well, could it be? Yeah, but this ain't that. Why? Because I've been with this bitch for 180 days and I know what it is. So when I recount my story, it's not for you to put your spin on it. It's for you to say, oh, this happens too. I didn't know. Let's expand our palette instead of keeping our palette the same and saying no, because you have a point. You are correct. We came up in a time where children were not to correct adults. Me and my son Derek, one of our biggest back and forths was he could not understand why adults deserved respect simply because they were older. He's like, but they don't have to respect me. And I was like, well, I mean, yes and no, but kids don't need respect, but kids need to, like, this is the shit I used to say. You know, no, I don't need to respect you. You're a fucking kid. What the hell? But yes, you respect me. And we would go back and forth. He was like, I'm not giving an adult respect simply. And Bailey was the same way. I was like, this generation, they will not give adults respect unless it's earning. I want to talk about this generation. How are you earning their respect? I bet you 99% of the issues that we have with this generation, if we showed them respect, we would solve the fucking problem. That's all I've been waiting for you to do, is respect me as a human being, as an equal. Because where is he at? I don't know where he is. Right there. That's my equal. That's my equal. That's my equal. Hold on. One more. That's my equal. Everyone in my house is my equal. Now I am the authority. Angel, you're gonna clean this kitchen, correct? Your dishes? I'm the authority. But just because I'm the authority doesn't mean anyone's under me. We all have a voice. We all have a say. And I take their say into consideration to determine what the outcome of any particular situation is. Presently, I'm teaching my children to solve their problems without me. They come to me, Mom, get somebody else to do it. Leave me out of it. Leave me out of it. Solve your issues without me. I don't want my children to need me for nothing. Which means I must transfer so much into them that I could go do whatever and I'm going to know my kids are okay. Isn't that the point? That your children don't need you? Now they want you. Bailey said she's going to move to the Bahamas. I was like, I don't know how I'm going to handle not seeing you every day. And she's like, that's the thing. I was like, I know. I haven't seen my dad in years. And I'm okay. My kids may not be, but this is the level of effort that we have locked into in this family. And I'm okay with it. Now, my grandchildren will see me all the time. If I can help it, we all live on the same property. You know, but, you know, this is where we locked in my family, and that's why I'm so loud about we need to lock in a different place in our families, right? This is the family tree. This is where we locked in our family. But we need to make sure that we lock in completely different from our branch down, right? How my kids interact with me as a mother, as a parent, as a friend, as a child, as a human, as a woman. I'm all of these things to my kids, right? I'm not just a mom. I am all of these things to my kids, so I need to nurture all of these things. I was reading a book. A mom is a son's or a daughter's, but it's a man-based book. His audience is what his audience is. Someone commented from the female perspective. I was like, I'm reading directly from a book, so I know the opposite side, but I was talking about this book and the importance a mother has in her son's life in shaping his everything about a woman. everything about a woman. So if you are not feeding into your son specifically everything there is to know about a woman, now he is going to go into a space of a woman maturity specific, right? You don't talk to a kid about this when they're only ready for this discernment. But you must talk to your children and raise every aspect of them, and you can't wait until they're older. What if you're not here? What if they're not? If they're not here, then it doesn't matter. But what if you're not here and you didn't transfer as much knowledge as you can to all of your kids, right? I have 4 kids, which means I have an 18-year-old who knows how to walk up the 11-year-old, who knows how to walk up the 7-year-old, the 12-year-old, who knows how to walk up the 7-year-old, who knows how to walk up the 5-year-old, who knows how to walk up the dog. So we all know how to walk each other up to the next level. So even if I'm not here tomorrow, my children know how to walk themselves up. So there can't be, I'll do it when they're older. It can't be that I'm only their mom, and so I'm this nurturing thing, and I actually deprive them of opportunities to show up for themselves. We are having a situation with one of our dogs, and I told my oldest son, I was like, would you like me to coach you through this, or would you like to handle this on your own? And so he just goes forward and handles it on his own. And this was yesterday. So today I went up to him and I was like, I know you didn't ask for my coaching help, but I'm going to let you know that you are a part of a family. So before you ever sit out here and think that you have to make a decision for yourself, understand that you can always reach back to your family for support. And right now you need our support, which means we need to say, hey guys, let's have a family meeting and let's figure this shit out collectively. This is my, excuse me?
We need to have a family meeting because I need to know.
Okay, well then that's something you go speak to everybody else, but can you please stop shaking with the cup?
Say, Mom, I'm not eating.
I know, but I think you can lessen the amount of shaking with the cup. I think we could both agree on that, correct?
Mommy.
Maybe one less time than you did it. So anyway, we just leave our legacy, which is the theme of the night. We just leave our legacy out there. Literally, my legacy, my legacy, my legacy.
Her favorite legacy.
I'm not leaving anything open for anybody else to shape but me. And y'all can say that's whatever you want to. Whatever you call it is what they told you to believe to prevent you from shaping your legacy. Otherwise, you got to take this real fucking serious. And I am everything to my children. Therefore, I have to make sure that I am the best version in my current space, right? Because I level up every day. I became a little less racist today. So... And I just love, and I congratulate you, Angel, because you were at a level of tolerance beyond me that I didn't understand. Like, I understood what you were saying. Yes, I acknowledge what I'm saying is racist, but I don't see why I can't say it because it's the truth. But today I leveled up to a space of knowing, well, it's only the truth because that is the propaganda that they want us to spew in our homes to poison our children's minds against each other. Yes, we can go and play nice in the streets, but when it comes down to our hearts, it's what we've heard privately in our homes our entire lives. And we are creating racism on both sides by speaking ill of anybody. We're speaking racism, but it's everything. Different, preferences like LGBTQ community. It's able versus disabled. It's neurodivergent. I think that's what y'all, me too, but y'all call yourselves. I'm just me. I am gifted as fuck. Whatever that's called, that's what I am. So am I autistic? Yes. Am I neurodivergent? Yes. Do I have ADHD?
Yes.
Yes. I got
Jinx.
everything. Well, you were trying to jinx. Intentional jinx and jinxes are two different things.
Wait, Mom?
But intentional are how you train your accidental. Anyway, I'm all the things, but hey, it makes me dope. So hey, stop! I know, but my wrist is swollen and you hurt me. In order for me to get you to stop doing something that was causing me pain, I had to be quick and forceful to get you to stop. Not because I was yelling at you, but I had to get you to stop because that was very painful for me.
I was about to turn off something, but Angel snatched the TV remote from me, and she told me to show me something, and she took like 10 minutes.
Angel, that's not your best choice. Go set up whatever you need to know. Then you have money. Go buy your own remote. Please stop putting that on me. Every time you go to CVS to buy candy, you could be replacing your little $9 remote, your little $16 remote. I don't know how much it costs, but you have definitely had enough money to take care of the things that you need. You need to develop the habit of taking care of what you need as well as your wants, i.e. a budget. Develop it now. Instead of sitting here and playing victim with me. Everything that you need somehow, I don't know how you get money, which is another issue, but however you get money, you have had enough money to handle everything that you say that you need.
She always spends it.
So, Michael, be quiet. Thank you. Anyways, so basically, I don't spend my money anymore. Technically, I only have $1 to my name because if I make more than $9, whatever I make that is more than $9, is my profit. The $9 is what I use to buy more snacks.
So don't you owe me $9?
I only have $1. Why do I owe you $9?
Oh, so because I bought those cosmic things for you, but you left the house without cleaning your room first. Therefore, those are my cosmic brownies.
Okay.
But you don't have.
$9.
I know you don't owe me anything because you only got $1 anyway. So you couldn't even afford to buy them from me if you wanted to, because you have mismanaged your money. So all the time you've been sitting here waiting to go to the store instead of managing your money, you chose to trick it off at CVS, and therefore you don't have money to re-up on your business. Because you literally, I'm literally answering your question. You literally said that $9 goes back into your business, which means no matter when you finally get to the store to re-up in your business, you should have at least $9. And for you to only have $1 means you spent your business profit
On more snacks.
So you have snacks in your room then to go sell.
No. These cosmic
I sold them yesterday, Mom.
So you bought those cosmic
I sold
Go
them
on, get some
yesterday.
business.
Okay, bye.
You say what?
I sold them yesterday.
Where's the money? I told you stop giving credit. You're playing yourself. You played yourself. This is the second time tonight you played yourself.
Don't play with
I don't
it,
want to talk. Don't play.
with it.
Exactly. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it.
But Mom,
You
I
played
need
yourself.
back.
No, you can't. I'm about to eat them. Go and get some business. Go and get some business. No,
They're the
I want
big-
you to go.
they're the
I want
big ones
everyone
too.
to leave me alone.
That means I can make like
I
$2
want
off of these.
everyone to leave me alone. I want you to leave me alone. I want you to leave me alone. I want you to leave me alone.
Don't
I
you
want
love
you
me
to
enough?
I love you to run me my $8.
That was only $5. What are you talking
You
about?
don't know. That price ain't the price. That's yesterday's price. Yesterday's
What are you
price
talking
ain't
about?
today's price. That is a suggested retail price. That is
But
not
they-
the price
but
that I
always
paid
wanna-
for those.
How much did you pay? Where's the
7
receipt?
something. I don't know where the receipt is.
Is it in the back?
Look, you gonna pay my price or no? There is a convenience fee. There is a delivery fee. There is a fact that you said that your price is $9, therefore my price is $9. I should have raised it 10 because
that's-
I have a delivery fee and I have a convenience fee.
But that's-
Don't let me keep taxing you. You better take it at 9 or I'm gonna raise it to 10.
But let me
I
say
don't
something.
care
But
what
let
you're
me say,
saying. You're hustling
but $9
backwards.
is for 3 different types of things. It's for 2 things of these and honey buns. That's what the $9 are for. So technically,
You didn't
I
specify.
owe
Nope,
you $3.
I'm not gonna- nope, you
$3. $3.
First of all,
That's
it's the
$3.
big pack.
So it's
First
$4.
of all, it's the big pack,
I'll
and I
give you-
paid $7.
I'll give you $5 for shipping
No,
as
I
well.
will sooner eat this bag of brownies than sell it to you for less than I say that I want for it.
No.
Period. If you want my product, you give me what I want. Or elsewhere, go find another dealer. It's real easy.
Mommy, don't you
It's
love me?
real easy.
Can I at least have a
I
discount?
love you enough to teach you the game, and
Can
you're
I have a
playing yourself.
discount?
You played yourself.
Like a 50%
You played
discount.
yourself.
Can I have a discount?
Don't play with it.
Don't play with it. Who
Can
you
I have a
talking to
discount?
right now? No. The answer is no.
So it's $9
I'm about to go crack the box open,
Stop.
go watch me some TV,
Hmm.
and go veg out.
And
Gon' get some business. Gon' get some business. Everybody get some business.